So like then yeah, so like once again she shows up and she looks great, but her appearance like cannot for me last longer than the action scene that follows, you know?
Yeah.
So then like for her to look that cool and then for us to really only like Apocalypse is it just gets overwhelmed and it's gone. Once again, it cheapens the entire setup that is supposed to be like his outcoming is like, the big bad of this season.
Yeah. Well, she shows up and all she does is touch him and it's over. Like, come on, give us something that we can sink our
Yeah.
teeth into. Like,
Yes.
you've got an eternal version of Rogue versus an
Yes.
eternal version of Apocalypse. Let's see some large action set pieces. Let's go at him
Yeah.
for 5 minutes, and then Rogue wins in the end. Let's not just show up and
Yes.
touch him, suck his powers out, and it's over. Like, come on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that writing.
missed opportunity.
It's that whole writing.
Mhm.
It's like, we'll just throw a bunch of stuff out here. We'll see what sticks. Actually, we won't.
Yeah.
We'll just chop stuff. We'll just chop everything together. We'll have a good battle, make it look good, and then we'll get out of here.
Hello and welcome to the Premier Squad podcast. I am your host, Jerome, and today we have X-Men 97, Episode 9, the Season 2 finale, as well as the Season 2 recap. Here with me today, I have Dom.
Remember it?
I also have Grinch.
To me, my Premier Squad.
I love it. Unfortunately, guys, I feel like this is going to be a rough one for us. And I think just a few minutes in, just to like get right off on the bat, right when I heard the words, well, X Factor, I'm like the moment in time paused for me. And I'm like, we are really here after the first 4 episodes. We're here in the finale and we got X Factor kind of like leading the charge as we head into the finale. Guys, how did you feel about that? Dom, we'll start with you.
I didn't feel a particular way. I kind of didn't even notice it. Is it like the trope that like it's like, oh well, what do we have here? X Factor. Is that what it kind of is? That what?
Yeah, and I'm like, we're really here.
I
X Factor's leading the fucking charge. Okay,
Yeah.
we're really here.
Yeah, it is unfortunate for sure.
It's such a little line, but it like literally, I thought it just paused time for me, and I'm like, oh my god, man, like Magnus, sir, he's rolling in his grave. I'm about to enter mine. I could not believe it. Like it was a viscerally disgusting feeling inside of my stomach.
One line.
What about you, Factor with no Polaris? Come on.
Yeah, and they lost a member.
Yeah, they spend all this time pushing Polaris on us, and then in the finale, she gets dog walked and does absolutely nothing. Okay, I guess we don't have a new Magneto. What the fuck was that?
Yeah. Like, I mean, and jumping back over to the positive, because there's still some decent thing in this. I thought that the animation was really well done in here, so we're not staying in the negative for so long. Who did you guys feel like, because there's a lot of good animation that was kind of put in here. How did you guys feel about the animation?
Yeah, I thought the animation this episode was really good. One thing that I really liked that they did well this episode that they didn't do last episode was the fight scenes and the action sequences were a lot more focused on a 2v2 or a 1v1 scale. You know, you had Cable versus Parents and Wolverine and Morph versus Psylocke and Archangel. You had the aerial dogfight, and then Gambit comes in. And just the animation throughout all of that was great and gave all of the characters time to shine a little bit in this finale. So I thought that was really well done.
Agreed. It was everything overall. The animation of this episode was, I mean, on par with the first 4 episodes, I would say. It may be the highlight animation wise. It may be the best of the whole season, maybe. But it was very, very, very well done. It
Yeah, I know
felt
we
like,
have.
I don't know,
Go
they
ahead.
kind of waited till this. They had some excess budget. They were like, we're just gonna put everything we got in episode 9, and make it look pretty at least. If it's nothing else, it look pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know like we talk a lot about the feats on here. So like scale wise, obviously we don't have anything close to, being able to manipulate the sun, close up an entire black hole with your powers, but there was a lot of great detail in there.
What
I
was
think
the?
that like, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask. What do you guys do? You think there was a moment or the close? What was the closest moment to an Omega level feat? I don't know if you guys were tracking it at all.
I wouldn't say Omega level, but
Yeah.
Gambit when he comes back and he starts doing his thing.
Yes.
It was
It was
cool.
fully
Like the
integrated
fighting,
with
yeah,
Apocalypse.
yeah. His fighting was great. His hand to hand was great. And then I was like, all right, yeah, Gambit's he's getting off. But the highlight I think was when he touched multiple men, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw it
yeah.
Yes.
online, like somebody
The
like boohooed,
poof.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, oh, he can charge organic matter now, or inorganic matter, and then they're like,
Hmm.
no, he touched his coat. He didn't touch him. He touched the coat, which is or inorganic. And if you look at it, the coat, the outlines of the coat of every member of Multiple Man is lit up. It wasn't
Mm.
Multiple Man himself, so everything like the
Yes.
border was lit around. So I was like, oh, that was probably the closest thing I think we got to quasi Omega level feat. That was impressive to see him do that.
Yeah.
I'd give a shout out to Cable. I thought Cable balled out a little bit. He took on
Yeah.
both of his parents, and then the way he collapsed the building X Tower
Yeah,
was insane. I mean, it's like he erased 2 floors completely.
Yeah. He came in with that real superhero
Yeah,
landing. Like,
yeah.
yeah. I
All right,
thought
I
Cable
take it
did some
back. You're
good
right,
stuff.
Dom. I take that
Yeah.
back. You're right. You're
yeah.
right. That's
Okay.
the one.
All right.
Yeah. Him like, and then him like ripping off the mask off of his dad and everything. Like, oh man, like
Yeah.
you can see like he really believes in like his destiny, so to speak.
Yeah.
So, um, and then so like, yeah, we get a lot of great scenes for those characters. And then we're waiting, everybody's waiting on like what I've like kind of dubbed as like Super Saiyan Rogue, her with a celestial power and the gift. And I think that
Looked
when she
amazing.
got like her Sailor Moon transformation little sequence while she's inside that like pocket in space time or whatever. I thought they did a great job. Like the little details of the sparks that are going on
Yeah.
around her, like the stars or whatever it is, I thought was really good. Anything from that you guys want to touch upon?
I just thought it was dope. I mean, she was practically an Eternal. I mean, I
Hmm.
mean, it was pretty sick. I mean, I don't know. We could when you want to talk about it, but I'm just not sure how I feel about the Celestials changing their mind about Apocalypse and kind of caving to true love. I don't know. I could kind of ramble about that for a little while, but that kind of
No,
that
yeah, go
was.
ahead.
I mean,
Go ahead, because
I
that'll
don't
lead us
know.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, I just I'm not sure how I feel about it, and maybe you guys can help me like get there because like
Yeah.
I'm kind of in between two minds because I don't know. I thought that a celestial bowing to Rogue like that to change his mind because they created Apocalypse so that they could make
Hmm.
the Earth a better place for humanity because it breeds struggle and will breed advancement for the planet. And
Yeah.
then they just kind of
So they can
abandoned
harvest it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just kind of abandoned it, and they're like, "Okay, Rogue, you go and save him and defeat Apocalypse, and we're okay with that." And I don't know if they saw something in her spirit. They're in the Eternals movie.
Hmm.
The Eternals did kind of find a way to manipulate the Celestials as well. So there is kind of
Yeah.
like,
Cersei heading up there. Yeah.
yeah, that there is some examples of it being done before. So I'm kind of caught in between two minds. I thought it was too easy, but also we have
Yeah.
previous history of it happening before. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it. Maybe you guys want to talk about it more.
I'm gonna
Go ahead.
broad stroke it and chalk it up to what you said before, Dom, in a couple episodes back. It's the Bo DeMaio effect, honestly. The first 4 episodes that he had a good hand in, or that
Hmm.
before they took everything away from him. I mean, he still, I'm not trying to ride and say he was, wrongly, yeah, I'm not doing that. But the first 4 episodes that he was a part of and wrote, you can tell from episode 1 through 4 to 5 through 9, the writing just went crashingly downhill. And I think it's a piece
Yeah.
of that. Is like they just they didn't know what they were doing, kind of.
Yeah.
whoever the writers just didn't get it, and that's why I think you're grasping, you're having to struggle with it, is because Celestials are, why would a Celestial just bow down to love? Like,
Yeah.
no. What, why? And it's just because the writing is just like, okay, well, we need to figure this out now that we scrapped everything and we changed everything and did a 180 on pretty much everything that was coming. So,
Yeah.
love wins. Let's go with
Yeah.
that.
They made it a romantic comedy about the story of Rogue and Remy, and it
It's funny.
became a love story. And
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
Jerome, you like relationships and stories like that. How did that
Yes,
work?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Man, and
Did it
that's probably
work?
like, no, it did not work for me. It did not
Okay.
work.
Okay.
I think so. Like the big picture here when it comes to like the Celestials returning like in a speaking role, really for like the first time since Eternals. Like, why are we here at X-Men '97 with them? Like, why is this the place that we decided to place them to have screen time? Like, and they felt like they had more of an impact on here than Apocalypse did in the finale. So like that stuff for me, those are like big things that I'm just like have big problems with. And then yeah, like kind of we lose Remy at the end of season one, and then we lose Magneto, and now Remy's coming back. So it's like I just don't agree with like kind of the direction that they decided to go with, and like leading into the Rogue Remy situation. I don't feel like there was enough built up there. Like maybe if you had given us a majority of 5 through 7, kind of trying to set that up in some sort of way, but like giving Wolverine his claws back for like the mediocre, not mediocre, like well animated scene, but a mediocre screen time that he had in the finale, and then disconnected really from like 6 and 7. I think really
Hmm.
like adding to building up for the finale, and then yeah, you have the Celestial there granting that out of love. And while she looked amazing and stuff like that, like the why as to why she gets it and the setup for it to me was a big struggle for me to accept. Um, and
Yeah, I
then
think
you
it
bring them
cheapens.
together. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think it cheapens one of the greatest episodes of TV ever in Remember It. Like what a great
Yeah.
episode that was
Hmm.
last season. I mean, one of the best
Hmm.
of real action TV show and animation. It was it's in my top 5. But and then you
Yeah.
bring him back and he lives, and it just kind of cheapens the moment a little bit. It kind of removed the stakes. I don't know. I mean, it's a little thing, but I just thought it ruined it a little bit.
I know if he
Yeah,
had
you're
like even
right.
if they had brought the Darth version of him back and then he had like I don't know, he doesn't live through
He
this and
doesn't live, yeah.
he doesn't
And
live through
stays
this and he was
remember it.
just
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's the I mean, it's the comic book epidemic, and I was honestly thinking about this today
Mm,
when we got the show rundown, and I was like, well,
yeah.
it's not on here, but I'm like,
Yeah.
this
Go
is
ahead.
exactly what is kind of what the, I wouldn't say the problem is, but it's the problem when you kill a character, even on a Saturday
Hmm.
morning cartoon, and even in comic books, when you kill a character, now it's been done with so many characters over and over and again. You're just like, whatever. They'll be back, in the next run when somebody picks it up.
Hmm.
There's no finality to it. And
Yeah.
by them, killing him, bringing him back, making him a quasi horseman, and then you kill him again. It's like, well, what was the point of it? It's like the
He
same
killed
thing
him
with like they're
again.
doing in the MCU.
Yeah,
Yeah, blew his
Yeah.
face off, crazy. But
yeah.
Yeah.
even in the MCU, like, okay, Tony's dead, Tony's not dead, Steve is gone, Steve is not gone. It's like
Man,
it
man.
doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I want the only reason they bring Cap back is for like just to branch off for just a split second. The only reason I want him back as Captain America is my favorite superhero and all of superheroes, specifically MCU Cap. I want them to bring him back to make him a fucking example and kill him off properly. And leave him in the dust. His bones, his 100-year-old bones, leave it all in the dust. I do not want him back. He's had his time. I'm not a
Yeah.
Darth Vader fan, and this is exactly the type of things why you know.
Agreed.
So yeah, so then we go into that. We have them come together, and then I thought that moment was just so fast. Like once again, like the build up for Apocalypse being this insatiable ruler of like the world through so many different generations. And we get to see like a brief split of him, within Gambit, and then he's just gone. And like Rogue just traps him in a jewel.
Yeah. He's an Infinity
Yeah,
Stone now.
with his face on it.
with his face
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
So like then so like once again she shows up and she looks great, but her appearance like cannot for me last longer than the action scene that follows, you know?
Yeah.
So then like for her to look that cool and then for us to really only like Apocalypse is it just gets overwhelmed and it's gone. Once again, it cheapens the entire setup that is supposed to be like his outcoming as like, the big bad of this season.
Yeah.
Well, she shows up and all she does is touch him, and it's over. Like, come on, give us something that we can sink our teeth into. Like,
Yes.
you've got an eternal version of Rogue versus an eternal version of Apocalypse. Let's see some large action set pieces. Let's go at it for 5 minutes, and then Rogue wins in the end. Let's not just show up and touch him, suck his powers out, and it's over. Like, come on,
Yeah. It's that writing.
Missed opportunity.
It's that whole writing. It's like, we'll just throw a bunch of stuff out here. We'll see what sticks. Actually, we won't. We'll just we'll just chop stuff. We'll just chop everything together. We'll have a good battle, make it look good, and then we'll get out of here. We'll just end it real quick.
Yeah.
Like even with Nightcrawler and Beast before and Rogue, they could have had a whole section of them kind of explaining. Rogue could have explained what she's going to do to them. All they did was she opened the lid, she flew down, they teleported in, she walks in.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no explanation. She just does it. And then they show Nightcrawler, and then at the end he, that just now I'm pissed off. Because what you said about the Celestials again is like, okay, so she talks to the Celestials, she talks them into going with her plan because it's a love story.
And Romeo and Juliet love story.
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet love story. And then Nightcrawler goes back in. And so what does he say? Hey, my sister's going to die. I'm going to take her place. And Celestial's like, all right, cool. That's cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
it cheapens the Celestials.
I was like literally the Celestials were the very decision making.
Yeah, it's like, and then to have Apocalypse gain his power through the Celestials, I thought it was just, I don't like that. I just thought it was poor. The Celestials did not need to be in here. I just feel like they ruined that too, because I hold them in high regard and lore from Eternals, which was a movie that I liked, and it not everybody did, and that's fine. But like, it just kind of ruined them too. So I don't know. Whoever took over after DeMaio, they really just kind of submarine this season. I mean,
and then and like just to bring everything together in terms of like the Rogue situation. We have a lot of great animation setting it up, and then I know in like the back of all our minds, we're like, okay, obviously this is going to go south, and then Rogue's going to show up. And I feel like that wonderful animation we're getting in the little fight scenes is like prepping us for like, okay, we're going to get something explosive here. We have that. We have earlier on in the season with what they can do with Magneto, what they can do with Storm in terms of showcasing, exceptional powers. And then he just touches her. She just touches him, and he's done.
And it's over.
And it just ends.
Yeah.
Or it's supposed to end, and then Nightcrawler comes in to substitute himself in for a sacrifice, and it's just like, I'm just disconnected now. Like, I think what he says is actually pretty cool in like a vacuum. I think the voice actor does a good job delivering that. Yeah. But when you look at the character that sacrifices themselves, it's like okay, like you got sacrificed because you're the side character that like has that little bit of
that can be sacrificed.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
and again, now that he's dead, do we really, is that going to make an impact next season? Probably not. He'll be back.
Yeah, well, with the post-credit scene, with the reveal of Mystique, that is his mom. So there could be more to play on that for sure. I don't know about bringing him back, but at least getting her reaction.
So another question, that Grinch brought up was, who do you guys feel like overall now, as we kind of get into like looking back on the season, looking back to how good we were eating those so many weeks ago at this point, who do you guys feel like your strongest performance was of the season?
I could take it, and it could be controversial, but based on what they gave us, and this is what they gave us, and this answer is an indication of the score and of
Yes.
how the season went. My strongest overall performance has to go to Nightcrawler. But Magneto was goated in the opening 4 episodes, but in an overall performance of the entire season,
Yeah.
I thought Nightcrawler balled out. He beat an Omega level mutant, and he looked really good last week, and he makes a sacrifice play this week. I don't know how I can make another case for anybody else, so
yeah.
I'm going
Nightcrawler. Got that
Nightcrawler.
sequence where we got to go first person with him real quick.
Yeah.
See him pop everybody.
Yeah. That's why
That's
they kind of
interesting.
gave him so much hype, I think, because they knew they were going to kill him off. So I got to go Nightcrawler.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's for me, like, then I'm just jumping on that short side because, like, I think I really respect how you're kind of trying to take in everything as a whole. So if you're just absent episodes, then right, it's like the games rule in the NBA. You can't qualify. You can't qualify for regular season awards. Yeah, and then I'm kind of looking at it from the perspective of I miss him so much. It's got to be Magnus for me. It's got to be Magneto. Because like that, I'm just thinking about him all the time, especially 5 through 7, and then in the finale again. As just so many not just great powers, but great dialogue from him and everything. You could really feel his absence, like a season-ending injury.
Ooh, I'm gonna pick Apocalypse.
Okay. Good pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
I was gonna maybe go Apocalypse too. It's a good pick.
Yeah.
I just don't like how easily he was defeated in the end, but I like it. Yeah.
I think too, like to your point, Grinch, like Magneto obviously did a lot of heavy lifting in season 1 and stuff like that. So Apocalypse was like our really new character that's new to not the franchise, but new to 97 overall. First premiering in season 2 and stuff like that. So, and like his stuff early on, like the younger version of himself, I thought was really good. So I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, the first episodes are goated. The first 4 episodes are goated. His performances in that, and then he ends up getting killed by Remy, but not necessarily taking over Remy. So he's still technically here.
Yes.
So
I was gonna say I'll give him credit for Darth Gambit.
Yeah.
In a sense, like
and Darth Gambit 2.0.
Like, yeah.
Gampocalypse.
Apocalypse.
That's perfect.
But and then to your point, Dom, like I totally see where you're coming from, and like how you're also mentioning how that's kind of indicative of your score. And I think that leads us right into like, what do you guys see as like your overall score for this season? Grinch, we'll start with you.
So it's pretty simple for me. 1 through 4 is an A, 5 through 9 is an F. A and an F equals a C. So a C is a 7 is, I think, a little harsh, even though that's 70% is a C. So 7. We'll go a solid 7.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much right there too. I went 7.2, trending just over 7.
Yeah. I do feel like, to me, that like episodes. Well, I should say 4 or 3 of the first 4 episodes were incredible. Like I think I give those 9s.
Oh yeah, episode 2 was trash. I forgot.
The cable. No, it's okay. It's okay. No, I was the one that was super hard on the cable episode. But and like it ends bad. So like when you kind of factor that stuff in, but I still like I don't know. Like I hear what you're saying when you feel like 7 is a little bit harsh, and I'm like kind of right there with Dom. I'm probably giving it about a 7.2 as well. Just right above good for me is like my scaling. 7's a good.
Yeah.
So, but it's just it sucks that all that stuff comes in like the latter half. And then I mean, the side story is like being mostly disconnected from the finale, and we really just get 2 episodes to prep and then deliver, and then we got X Factor just being a big part of it. It's just
yeah.
Because once again, like,
let's go back to it again. Even the Wolverine episode. I know we talked about it before, but the Wolverine episode if you look at the overall arc of everything, why?
Yeah.
What was there was no point to it. It was literally
just
a filler episode.
Most out of place episode. Yeah.
It had no bearing on anything before it or after it. It was just, let's just have Wolverine because we haven't had a whole Wolverine episode in the 2 seasons that we had. We got to give them something.
Like they just watched Suicide Squad recently, and they're like, let's just give an episode like that.
Yeah.
We got the ragtag of anti-heroes put together.
Yeah.
And it's like, you give him his blades back, so he gets like a somewhat decent fight scene with Psylocke in the finale. But it's like it's still that wouldn't have really changed anything if he didn't.
Nothing.
You know?
Literally nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. He got a cool one-liner when she stabbed him in the head. That was
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like looking from that, I guess like I don't know if we're considering Apocalypse beaten at this point if he's supposed to come back. Are there any hopes for you guys for season 3?
Well, I hope that we can leave the love story behind of season 2, and we
Yes,
can
I
now
agree.
we can now get back to the geopolitical vibes and human relations, and it looks like we're going that way with Mystique taking over the leader of X-Force, and you got the new president who is very anti-mutant. So I think with just based on that, I think it will be more for us. So I think that I think that alone is promising.
You guys, you're right on it. I'll give you a little insight. I was at the X-Men 97 panel at Comic-Con, and they gave us like a 1 minute, minute and 30 seconds preview of an episode from season 3. And it was the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood was fighting Sentinels. So yeah, it's gonna go back towards that. Maybe I don't know where that's gonna be in the whole overall story of the season, but it's going back towards that. So So yeah, it'll be I don't know, you never know with this. It could turn into some love story for Jubilee and Sunspot. Who knows? But what from the little clip that they showed us, it didn't look like it was that. It was a little bit more grounded for a cartoon, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and broader in scope.
Right.
They should just bring back Bo and let him run the No More Mutants storyline. Could you imagine that? Scarlet Witch season 3, let's run that. Like that would not gonna happen.
That'd be super interesting. And just there's so much there. Like we're invested. Like I thought they did such a great job in season 1 with Cyclops' leadership.
Sidelined him.
Yeah, it's like he is just not very present, right? He just gets in his like cable lines. Like that's his only connection really to season 2. When like that was my expectation of like, okay, we killed off Magneto, so now we can focus on the main X-Men cast without him, rebuild them, and we just got lost in the side stories. Absolutely.
The under theme of season 2 is sidelining. Cyclops is sidelined. Storm was sidelined. Magneto dead. They just I'm not going to do another Charles Xavier thing, but he was nowhere to be found doing nothing per usual. Apocalypse basically got sidelined.
Yes, absolutely. Like a little bit just to rub in, and really like shout out kind of as a, kind of a good spot, a shining spot in like this area of darkness that, I thought Remy's voice actor just like a great job as him. Like all of his lines and everything is like super well delivered. All of his quips and stuff like that. So like I respected that. And like I'd mentioned last week, the little details of his cards turning into tarot cards and stuff like that, all very good, small. Like there's still things that shine throughout here, but we got to get the main storyline figured out for season 3 so that we can, get back to like stories that matter. And as the resident romance guy, as I probably taken on that mantle, for our group, we don't need it here. Or we need something else.
We got it this season. It didn't work.
Yeah.
Let's leave it in
the past. Whoever the voice actor for Gambit is, he's got to be the only person under 50 because everybody else is old and he doesn't sound old. So I think that's why he sounds so good.
Anything else, guys?
Yeah. We killed it just like they killed it.
But yeah, with that, we appreciate your time with us for X-Men 97. Please consider liking and subscribing. Leaving a comment down below with your reaction if you feel similarly to us in terms of how the overall plot line for season 3 is gone or season 2 is gone, and any hopes for season 3. And we will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you. All right.